start in half guard. I'm still gonna do my back step. I'm still gonna hold the knee. Right? So all of this I'm still gonna do. When I back step, it doesn't have to be so far away. Right? It doesn't have to be so far away. I prefer to take a short step. I almost always do short like this.
Like a little curtsy lunge.
Yeah, a little cushy. So then I go boom. Then I fall here. So now see where my legs are, right? Kind of
Oh yeah, I get like
it's a little close. So now I'm gonna move those. I'll start to out and in. Out and in. Once I feel I can turn the leg, I spin. Right? Put my knee to the mat. I spin towards the top. And I go under his elbow. Just for now, that's just gonna be the end of it. From there, we're gonna keep moving. So we're not talking about how to get the leg out, or if I'm gonna get the leg out. We're not talking about all that. We're just doing that move of getting to the mark. Right? So he has the half guard. He has the half guard. I hold. I'm already here. I take that back step. I slide my hand into. And no, this is what I meant. You see how I'm laying on top of you? Right? And you see how close I am, right? So now it's hard for him to kind of roll me. But now I need to spin that leg in. So I'm going to take that step as I fall back, step, and at the same time rotating my toes to the mat. Now sometimes I'll even pin his knee there so that it's easy for me to start to turn and chase to the top. And then from there just stop. Ooh, go the other way. He holds half guard on the other leg now. Good. Same thing. I hold. I start to slide off. I take my step. I bring his leg. I circle my foot. I go on the hook. And that's it. Stop. Now go to the other side. Let's go. We started with him at the half guard, right? Doing our back step and taking the leg out. And then now we're going into mount. So I go ahead, I keep my hands here. We talked about just kind of like falling on to him and then getting my cross face. And then now, boom, boom, going into your movement. Okay, here, perfect. Now I want to start to take the back. Like I want to start to put myself in a position to take the back. So I'm not worried. I haven't been ever worried about that hook because my whole objective in this is to try and take it back. Right? So now I come under this arm, I go high, and I start to switch to my base. All the way till I'm almost on his back. And he can keep the half guard. I almost want him to keep the half guard. It's my first hook. But it's gonna help me to move him when I decide to move him, see? My leg also helps me move him. So now this hand is right under his neck, right? Now I lift him. I don't want to do this. I don't want to pull. A lot of times guys end up doing this. And what happens is that Ricardo turns really hard on me and I end up on the bottom, right? If not, then I end up stuck here. Right, he ends up on turtle, go turtle, and I have to climb and now start to chase again.
Yeah.
When I do this move, I want to try and do it and not have to try to do it again. So he has the half guard. We start here. I go, do my sit, and I get to here on the hook, and then I think of Esma, high knee, and I push him with that knee forward. Right? So then now it's just about sitting him. I go and I sit him, and I rock to the other side. Right? I like to switch, and I rock to the other side. And then from there, I lay down almost right around the neck already, and stomping or putting my hook. Right? And even if he kept that half guard the whole time, then I come over the hip, and I close my guard over the hip. But if I put my foot inside, it's still full point. Right? If I do this, no. Alright, so let's look at that all again. So he has his half guard, I back step, I pull the legs inside, I go. Get a high knee, I push him forward, and I start to sit him, see?
Mm-hmm.
Versus pulling him back. And then now, let's say if I want to keep the hands, I go here, and I go here. And now, I fall. And now I can do this also with a double grip. Okay, so now here comes the finish, when I want to finish. Arm goes all the way inside. I don't just do this. Because a lot of times when I've done that, when I'm trying to take my arm out, he takes his arm out. Okay? What I try and do is put his arm in the middle of his back or in the middle of my legs. Really in the back.
Okay.
When my arm comes out easy, his arm can't come out in the way my arm came out. And when he looks to come out forward, it's completely hooked. Okay, now look, this arm, super important. If my arm was here already, he'd be laying down, and I'd have to choke with this arm, which is very effective, but he could also defend with that arm, right? So I would have to let go of that arm to go to the choke. When I have this, even if he tucked his head inside, he can't reach the mat. So my head can find a home fairly easy, and I start coming around with the top one. And then now I can choke with one arm. I don't need this one. Just choke it. Yeah. So in this case, we're looking for a one arm choke. Right? And that would be keeping the neck. Not taking out the arm and posting. I don't have to do that because instead of swinging the guy on top of me, I'm actually sitting the guy forward. Right? Let's look at that little part alone. And I'll do it to Jordan so you can see it. So we'll do the hook. Boom. I go, I sit, I fall through, I go to the top and see here, no triangle, Jordan. Yeah, every time you do that, you're gonna give me the triangle. Okay. So I want you to do this. So you're creating a bad habit.
Yeah.
Right? Make me earn it. Right?
Okay.
So I go and I come here. So now see, I can try to mount, but he has a good half guard. So I go to the back. I start to change my angle, and I move him forward. See how I'm moving you forward? See how that lets me sit you down really easily versus pulling you back, and then I just come. And I rotate to that side. I get the leg inside. 1, 2, 3, 4. I got my points. Now, right there to the middle. Arm comes out. My head and my arm goes at the same time. My chin over my wrist. And I finish one. If at any point I really need the other arm to finish, that arm's already deep around the neck. So when I let it go and he goes to defend it, it's almost, it's dead to rest. It's very hard to defend it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Your head's in place, you can't rotate. It's just a hard. Yeah. So one-handed choke, made popular by Gordon Ryan. If we see the match of Gordon Ryan, you'll probably see a lot of what you're seeing right now.